Peter Sant Severat, Petrov's Day, which is celebrated on June 25, 2024, is a holiday associated with shortening daylight hours and increasing the length of night. According to the church calendar, this day is dedicated to the memory of Peter of Athos, who lived in the 7th century. For 53 years he spent on Mount Athos in complete solitude, devoting himself to prayers and the fight against wickedness and evil creatures. Peter Sant Severat has this name because the sun turns to the winter side, which leads to a shortening of daylight hours. In summer, the sun is high above your head and brings with it heat. That is why this holiday is also known as Peter's Day. It is important to watch the video to the end to understand the seriousness of this day. Among the people there are many legends and traditions associated with this day. Some say that evil creatures become especially active at this time, while others believe that the onset of the summer solstice brings with it favorable changes in people's lives. Regardless of beliefs, Peter the Sunrise remains an important day on many people's calendars. On this day, many come to churches to pray and pay tribute to the memory of Peter of Athos. It is also a time when many people spend time outdoors, enjoying the bounty of summer and watching the sunrise and sunset. The holiday of Peter the solstice brings together people of different faiths and becomes a symbol of the beginning of summer and overcoming darkness. On June 25, the summer solstice, when the days gradually become shorter, the energy of the sun remains very active. On this day, people continue to follow signs, believing that they can make their lives better and happier. Since the sun plays an important role in life, starting this day by greeting the luminary and embracing the joyful dawn is a great tradition. Making a wish, praising the sun, everyone does this with love and a mood of gratitude to the sun. It is recommended to go outside and, if possible, climb to the highest place to meet the sun. This is a ritual that symbolizes readiness to meet new opportunities and positive changes in life. In ancient times, people were looking for a high, accessible place to find peace and contemplate the world. Now city residents have the opportunity to climb onto the roof of a multi-story building and enjoy the view from above. According to the signs for June 25, this day is considered successful for fishing. Many men go to the river to catch their catch, convinced that on this day the fish are especially active. On the streets of Petra, fish are simply caught, as if they themselves were jumping on the bait. They say that if you eat one dish today, soon everyone who tries it will gain wealth. And this fish soup is considered a real treasure. At the same time, the richer it is, the more money you will get. You need to eat the fish soup before sunset. In ancient times, people believed in various rituals and talismans to attract wealth and prosperity. One of these customs is fortune telling on a piece of paper using a candle, water, and salt. According to legend, this ritual helps to find out whether the husband will leave for his mistress. People believed that if they prepared a sheet of white paper, wrote the name of their rival on it, lit a church candle and held a glass of water, then in this way they could get a truthful answer. This ritual was especially popular on certain days when, according to legend, its effectiveness increased. So, women tell fortunes in a special way. They used this ritual as a means of predicting and obtaining information about the future. In ancient times, people turned to various rituals and traditions to attract good luck and protect themselves from adversity. One of these rituals involves the use of salt, candles, and water. Legend has it that if you throw a spoonful of salt into a glass of water, light a candle leaf and start stirring the salt into the water, saying special words, you can attract happiness and keep your loved one close to you. This ritual has become a symbol of fidelity and perseverance in love. Researchers also note that rituals associated with the use of salt and candles have analogies in various cultures and religious practices. They reflect a person's desire for protection, well-being, and love. Thus, the ritual with salt, candle, and water carries ancient symbols that help people gain faith in their strength and attract well-being. It is important to remember that for each person such rituals can acquire their own meaning and significance. Their strength lies in faith and inner conviction. Modern housewives strive to prepare a variety of dishes to please their loved ones. Among the charcoal and a small piece of bread, the focus on fish dishes such as fish soup and fish pies becomes especially noticeable. Traditional culinary techniques include frying, baking, boiling, salting and drying fish. On June 25th, work was carried out in the village to plant cucumbers and cabbage. This day was known as the belated skit, and a special tradition was observed on it. For example, on Peter's Day it was customary to start sowing light grains, such as oats, wheat, and in the afternoon, dark grains, such as buckwheat. However, before starting this work, the housewives needed to prepare everything they needed. The real art of cooking lay not only in the skills of preparing dishes, but also in the ability to organize the cooking process and provide everything necessary for receiving guests and loved ones. On Peter's Day, women in the village came up with a special fish pie, which was a traditional delicacy for men going fishing. They believed that if a man ate this dish before going fishing, his catch would be unsuccessful. Therefore, I had to secretly feast on it after returning from fishing. Legends said that if on June 25th, under the mattress of the marriage bed, you leave the bones of the eaten fish, then the spouses will not see happiness and harmony in their relationship in the future. Such signs were popular among the people and were considered reliable omens. Every year when St. Peter's Day came, the villagers eagerly awaited this holiday to prepare a special fish pie and perform traditions, observing all the omens for successful fishing and a happy family life. In fact, signs and beliefs have a great influence on our lives. You shouldn't get angry and argue with each other if problems arise. This is just a test that will help you become stronger. If a lot of squirrels have developed in gardens, then the whole year will be very rainy, and this can be important for those who depend on agriculture. In addition, the signs for June 25th say that anyone who eats fish soup before sunset today will be very rich. This may seem strange, but many people believe in such predictions. If the Milky Way is visible at night, then this could be a harbinger of something great that will soon happen in your life. And despite the fact that it seemed like a bad dream, you shouldn't despair, because there are many signs that promise that even bad dreams can bring good changes. In the old days, our ancestors adhered to this rule. They believed that if you eat the first dish of fish on this day, you may find yourself in an unpleasant situation when you have to make excuses. But if today you decide to eat fish soup, then life awaits you with a white streak full of pleasant events, both in your personal life and in the business sphere. By the way, there is an ancient belief that when you eat the last spoon of this day, you should make a wish, and it will definitely come true. In ancient times, people took rituals and signs associated with sowing and harvesting very seriously. They believed that the order in which different crops were planted influenced the success of the harvest. They said that mixing up the sowing order means attracting the wrong crop. For example, buckwheat must be sown before wheat and oats, otherwise the harvest will not succeed. The timing was no less important. They said that on the night of the summer solstice, when Petra, the solstice, went to bed before midnight, it was necessary to be especially attentive to your thoughts and words. It was believed that if you say something out loud after midnight, it will definitely come true. However, it was important to go to bed immediately after this and not talk to anyone, otherwise plans for the future could not be realized. Interestingly, there were also signs associated with what could or could not be worn on certain days. They believed that on June 25th one should not wear dark clothes, otherwise the sun would be offended and send torrential rains onto the earth, which would flood the planted areas and lead to crop failure. Such beliefs and omens allowed people to feel more confident and in control of important aspects of their lives, such as crops and weather. On the day of Peter the solstice, according to signs, it is not recommended to buy a cow, since it is believed that it will not take root and can bring misfortune to its owners. There is a belief that a cow can get lost, get sick, or be stolen. On June 25th, there is a belief that pregnant women should not allow anyone to stroke their belly, even close people, as this could have negative consequences during the birth of the child. Signs say that a child born on the day of Peter the solstice may show an overly trusting nature, which may subsequently cause problems in his life. It is also believed that you should not allow your child to sleep on someone else's pillow, as this can lead to nightmares and troubles. There is a belief that all events on this day develop in such a way that using a pillow that is not your own is the only option. On the day of Piotra the solstice, it is important to remember the ancient customs and secrets passed down from generation to generation. According to legends, in order to protect the house from dark forces, you need to put a pebble of coal under the hall. This ritual will scare away evil spirits and protect your home from unfavorable energy. On this special day, it is forbidden to use a scythe to cut the grass, as it is believed that this can attract dark forces into the house. It is best to pick the grass with your hands, and then be sure to spray it with water to drive away evil spirits. Heavy dew on the day of Piotra promises a fruitful year, but they also talk about possible hail. Watch the sky when it rains. White clouds rushing toward colder weather may foreshadow hot weather. It is important to be in harmony with nature, explore traditions to ensure well-being and good luck in your home. Every person dreams of wealth and prosperity. But according to ancient beliefs, if you dream about fish on the night of June 25th, then financial success awaits you in the near future. And in order to always be full and satisfied, you need to eat fresh cabbage, because the cabbage plant brings a bountiful harvest. A solo petro on the day is not only a symbol of purity and protection, but also protects against misfortune. It was believed that a family from which the good it brought to the people had left was doomed to misfortune. Folk legends say that a person born on June 25th has a cheerful and kind character, although he will not necessarily be rich. The angel Andrew, whose name comes from the Hebrew Hannah, symbolizes mercy, grace, strength, and courage. In addition to Andrei, Arseny, Ivan, Peter, Stepan, Timothy, and Yulian also celebrate their day. It is important to remember that each name carries its own meaning and energy, which can affect the character and destiny of a person. In ancient times, it was believed that certain rites and rituals could bring good luck and wealth. One of these rituals involves the use of chicken feathers. In order to attract monetary abundance, you should take chicken feathers, mix them with coins, candies and grains, and then sew it into your pillow, casting special spells. By mixing a feather, a grain, a coin and a candy, I will protect my well-being. A grain will confirm the harvest, a coin will attract financial abundance, and a candy will add sweetness to life. After this, you need to go to bed, and the next day remove all the objects from the pillow and bury them underground. This ritual will help to avoid debt slavery and attract prosperity to life. It is believed that on June 25th it is necessary to take care of your hygiene and wear clean clothes. This day is also associated with the holiday, which among Orthodox Christians is known as Peter Sant Severit, in honor of Saint Peter of Athos. People called this day the turn of the sun, when the days begin to shorten and the nights become longer. According to legend, the sun turns for winter and summer. Thus, a young tree planted on this day will grow with him. Prosperity and well-being are associated with this date, symbolizing the beginning of a new cycle and periods of change. On this day, people also pay attention to their inner state, trying to cleanse themselves and prepare for a new stage in life. There are also certain prohibitions, namely on this day it is not recommended to cut your hair and nails. This can bring bad luck, so it is better to postpone these procedures for another day. The holiday of Piotra the solstice has deep roots and symbolizes the transition from one season to another. It is important to remember that on this day you need to take care of yourself and others, following traditions and rituals that will help attract good luck and prosperity. Today it is especially important to maintain peace and harmony in relationships with loved ones. Do not forget that words have great power, so try to be more attentive to your statements. It must be remembered that June 25th is a day when you need to be especially modest and restrained. Instead of bragging, it is better to show attention and care to others. How wonderful it would be if every statement was filled with sincerity and kindness. It is important to remember that any words and actions leave a mark in the lives of other people, so try to make these marks light and positive. Dear viewers, each of your likes is confirmation that we are moving in the right direction. Your subscriptions are motivation for us to create new videos. May your every new day be better than the previous one. God bless you and your loved ones. All the best.